Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my LinkedIn Lives. I'm Jasmine Navarro, certified wellbeing expert, working with educational institutions and companies, helping them support their family wellbeing challenges. As you know, every week I interview different experts, and today I'm really excited to be interviewing Tassos. Hi, Tassos. Thank you for coming.
Hello, Jasmine. A pleasure to be here. It's an honor, and thank you very much for having this chance to, have this conversation and create some impact, to our audience.
No, thank you so much. And I've had a lot of comments and questions about this topic because I think it is a really hot topic right now. But before we dive into this topic, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah. So about myself, Greek in origin, living in Doha, Qatar, with a family for 12 years now. Right. I have two children, two kids, one teenager, 15, 16-year-old, and one daughter, 8-year-old now, and I'm into my 9 to 5, let's say, is still in events industry. So I'm an events professional, but my love and passion in my heart is with coaching.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you chose this title, Holistic Coaching and Wellbeing for Executives. Can you tell us what made you choose this for today and what's important about this?
It's not that I chose the title, right, or I chose it for today. This is really who I believe I am. Right.
Oh, wow.
This was a journey, that came up, slowly, gradually especially in the last 8 to 10 years in my life. Imagine before 8 years, I did not even know anything about coaching, what coaching is. I'm just reflecting back, and I see that through all my life, since I was like 5 years old, being in swimming, and starting with swimming competition back then, I always had a coach. Or a mentor or a trainer by my side, right? And I hadn't realized that, and this came slowly.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. No, sorry, carry on. No, about your swimming competitions. I don't know if you want to talk a tiny bit about that, because that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, this is where it all started, I guess, with around coaching as well, right? Because when I started with my competition already, when I was 11-year-old, I was a swimming record holder for 200 meters freestyle in my age in Greece, right? So I was really, flying high, feeling very, very strong, and all this. However, this did not continue, because for the next 3 years, my coach changed. Coach changed to another coach, and then every year I was crying in the championships, right? Because I was not even coming 8 or 7 or 8 or even 10th, not even the first 8, in every competition. And then again, this changed.
And do you think it was, so what was special about the first coach compared to the second coach? Was it about the coach?
That's a great question. I think it was the connection, and I think he had his style, his personality, and the behavior that was attracting me, and at the same time the way that he knew what my needs are, so he could guide me to my training on a perfect way, so that I was really matching, my capabilities. It was really matching my capabilities and my needs.
So then what happened? So as soon as you changed coach,
so as soon as I changed home, everything dropped, and then I was like outside of the let's say the finals every time. And then after 3 years, the same coach, the first coach, came back to the team, and then I rise up again, and then I was again like 16, 17, 18 years old, which was all more of a mature, let's say, teenager and all that. I was again number 1, number 2 in the country, and then I shifted to water polo, actually. Right, again in very high level competition, European championships and all that, right? And then it was the great added value for me, because I shifted from an individual sport, because swimming is a very very lonely sport, right?
Is it? Yeah.
To a team sport, right? And this helped me, achieve a completely different perspective of how it is to work with other people, compete against others, but having the same feeling of success, with your peers and your group against others, let's say. So there was a different set of mindset, and a different skill set, basically, that I developed.
So what was different? I know it's different, but what What
was different from being a complete individual and being really struggling by yourself, to really make your routine, your training, your discipline, and everything. All of a sudden, that was in a team setting, right? And then we had the different personalities within the team. In every team there are different personalities. You have the leaders, you have others that follow, you have others that are lazy, you have others that they want to they are more selfish, and they want to show, or they want to promote themselves within the team, right? So I had to be able to manage all the different personalities in the team, and also grow myself through the team at the same time, in order to go to the national team and be able to be on the top league, let's say, of water polo. And water polo in Greece is quite competitive, because it's a very strong sport international, on a global level, on the Olympics level, not only local sport. So yes, so this was that helped me and shaped me a lot when I was until 21, 22 years old.
And what did the coach, because he sounds amazing, he or she, so I don't know if it's he. Yeah. What did he teach you then? I know you said you had the connection. So was there anything he taught you, or was it
yes,
just...
of course. Is what I'm trying now to apply to my clients, right? As a coach, is that I'm trying to meet their needs, and I'm trying to find them and meet them where they are right now in their life. Right, and what they need right now, right? Because this is what I see is very important. If I meet my client exactly where they are now, and I meet his or her needs, then I can create the change. I can create the transformation. I can help them create the transformation. Not me. I just help them, guide them. Navigate them in order to really create this transformation and this breakthrough that they need in their lives.
No, it sounds. I completely understand why you're saying that. So how do you meet their needs? Is it about how much work you've done on yourself, your self-awareness, so you have awareness of them?
This is major for me, right? And I'm still working on myself, right? I still have my coach, I still am working on myself. I think this is a never-ending growth, right? If you want to grow as an individual, either on a personal basis or on a professional basis, you have to do something for yourself. It can be anything. Some people choose to have a coach. Some people choose to do a sport. Some people choose to read books. Some people choose to do workshops or webinars or whatever for their own growth. But we need to be able to grow. And if I can share something here, actually, that it just happened a couple of days ago. I had a client. I have a client, right? For now, over 6 months now. So we meet every 15 days, every 3 weeks, depending on his schedule, etc. Because he's a commercial director in a big industry, in a big company, in an industry. And he told me something that I didn't think before. And he was like, Tassos, coaching is very unfair. I said, unfair? Why coaching is unfair? I got a little bit, defensively. Why coaching is unfair? He said, look, Tassos, you know why it's unfair? Because people that get coaching, receive coaching, they become so strong and so resilient, and so they enjoy this kind of transformation that they increase the difference between other people that don't receive coaching. So they get this advantage in life, personally, professionally, compared to other people. That's why coaching is unfair. And then for me, it was really like an aha moment in a way. I said, yes, I know the power of coaching, but I never thought about that. And it's true, unfortunately or unfortunately, being in such a competitive world, it's 100% true.
Yeah, and I guess that's the perspective that he had, and
that's a perspective that he had, which means that for him it works and continues, and it is to receive coaching because it works. It doesn't matter it's about me or any other coach, it's the perspective, his perspective about coaching.
Exactly. And it's true, isn't it? You do feel like you're more equipped when you have these skills, because I don't know about you, but you handle things so differently, don't you, when you have these tools and techniques, you just know how to navigate things. But so how do you bring this into your work? Tell us about
Oh, my work. If you want to ask me about the events industry, which is my 9 to 5 work, let's say, which is never 9 to 5. Of course, I call it 9 to 5, but it's never 9 to 5 because events is not 9 to 5. It's weekends,
No.
evenings, it's holidays and everything, right? So I'm managing because I'm really holistic about myself. First of all, I'm holistic about myself. I have my
What does
routines.
that mean?
I have my rituals. I have my things. I take care of my physical, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual world and needs. First of all, right? That's why I can still be in the events industry. Otherwise, I would not survive. It's
Oh, really?
very stressful, extremely stressful in the events industry. And this is what I would like to highlight to every industry, every event industry professional out there. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I know how burnout is so easy, to reach at that level of burnout. So you need to be able to take care of yourself. You need to be able to address all your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs in order to really stay in this industry and be strong in this industry and have let's say,
Yeah.
grow and have a successful path.
I love what you're saying about, because first of all, you were saying about it's important to meet the client's needs. And now you're saying it's important to meet your own needs. I really love that because, again, it's about how we are with ourselves. That's how we can be with our clients as well, isn't it? So it's like meet our needs first, and then we can help our clients meet their needs as well. And I think that's so important, isn't it? What kind of needs are you, for people who maybe don't know much about coaching, this is the first, a new concept to them. Can you explain a bit about needs?
Well, needs can be a lot, and it can be so different and so let's say different to many people. But I think it's a matter of perspective, because the
Yes.
basic needs are very specific. The basic needs, and they can be very similar. It's the perspective, our belief system, our perspectives, the way we are conditioned, the way we grew up, or experience that we have, that we believe that we have unique needs, right? So in that essence, there can be a lot of unique needs. But
Yes.
if you go deeper, and I see that with all my clients, right? They start and say, "Oh, I my self-esteem, or I'm not confident, for example, or I need to lose weight, or I procrastinate, or I don't know about my priorities, how to manage, and all this," and they think only them they have these needs. It's not like this. There are very similar needs. 80% of the clients that I have, it's about boundaries,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
because it covers a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Right. And second is about fear.
Oh really?
Yes,
Oh
deep
yeah,
fear,
fear.
deep fear.
Fear
And
can be. Oh,
we know what Tony Robbins is saying about the fear. This is
what's
an
he saying?
amazing, for me, it's an amazing highlight there, because I follow up Tony Robbins, Yes, fearless, of course, being fearless, but it says that there are two main fears in our life. One of them is not being enough
Okay. Oh
in all
yeah.
aspects of our lives, being a husband, being
Yes.
a mother, being a wife, being a brother, whatever, being a professional, whatever, right? Not being enough. And then the deepest fear is that because we are not enough, because we're feeling we're not enough, right? We are afraid of not being loved.
Oh, unloved. Lovable, not lovable. Yeah.
So if
It's
you examine this, if you go through this research, let's say exploration with your clients, you will discover this in deep down inside. This is where you end. This is where you will
yeah,
reach.
yeah. Everyone gets to the same point. Yeah.
Yes, because if you start asking the why questions all the time,
Yes.
it's about asking
Yeah.
the why questions, right? When you start asking the 6, 7 why questions, one after the other, why is that, and why is that, and tell me more, and why is that, and why is it happening, and why you think like this, you drill down and you reach to the fear.
You reach to the main. I guess it's like the main. Could be like the main wound, core wound, or
Depends if there's a wound. Maybe there's a wound. Yes, maybe not. And sometimes we don't even know where the wound is coming from.
yeah. Or the core belief, like you said, the core belief, core wound. No, it's fascinating. I think, like you said, working on ourselves never really ends, does it? So you mentioned a bit about burnout, and I know like you said, in your industry, it can be really common. But I think in every industry, it can be common, can't it? Even coaches can get burnt out.
Of
I mean,
course.
nowadays, it's such a fast pace of life, isn't it? Everyone is just rushing around like crazy people.
It is. But if you allow me to say here, it's about choices as well. It's about the choices we make in the end, isn't it?
True, but sometimes I think the problem is sometimes we think we don't have a choice.
So what is that?
Lack of self-awareness.
Yes, or a core belief that we believe that, that we don't have a choice, right? Because we have a choice, because we always have a choice. I'm a firm believer on that. We always have a choice, so we need to work on that to be able to have a choice, of course, right? It's not coming from one day to the other.
No. So what would you say then if somebody's feeling burnt out and, they say, I can't afford to take a break. I can't do anything else. And they're just, they can't
but you know what? It's not, it's not about affording or not affording. Going outside to take a walk on a nice park in a beautiful day, or in a nice sunset during the sunset, or early in the morning.
Time.
Yes, you see, it's not about money there, right? Then time, who makes the time? Who creates the time? Who defines time? We define time. Yes. Time is specific because we consider it to be specific as 24 hours, right? But your 24 hours is different than my 24 hours.
Yes.
And it's different than anyone's 24 hours, right? So we define it to our 24 hours.
Yeah. But I completely agree with you. But sometimes when you're in that frame of mind, you can't see, can you?
Yeah, of course. That's what this is why we need to work then on ourselves. We need to step back. We need to take some breaths, we need some peace, some peaceful moment. We need a break, to say, okay, what's happening to me? Where am I going? Where am I heading? Is this what my environment is? What I'm doing right now? Is this my ideal life? Yes or no? Can I change it? Yes or no? The coaching questions: who I am, what I need to do.
Yeah, the open coaching questions. What would you say are early signs of burnout? Like, are there
early signs of burnout? Of course, fatigue for sure, physical fatigue, definitely. Then less mental clarity, not being able to decide on things, right? Procrastinating. Then, of course, on a deeper level, you go to depression. Slowly, you go to depression. You don't have time to see your friends, and of course, then you made it. To some people, it may be anger, because you respond with aggressiveness, to people, because you are tired. You're burnt out. You are very tired. So in this way, you react like this, or you reacted by being very sad or being lonely.
I think loneliness can be, Thanks. And Ferda says, there's always time if we want. Thank you for your comment.
Exactly. I agree. Well done.
We make our own time. No, very, very interesting. Right, we've got another question. We've got a question here. So, hi, Anna. How are you doing? Anna says, many leaders struggle with imposter syndrome. How can holistic coaching help them build confidence?
Imposter syndrome is big, right? We always go into that. All of us may at some points in our life go through this, right? Because we may believe, yes, that we are not able to do something like this. Who are we, to behave or act or deliver this thing, right? So holistic coaching is again helping you there by really creating this self-awareness and say, okay, what are my capabilities? What is my skills? And for me, the most important, what am I grateful for in my life and in what I've done so far to really be in that level that, yes, I am able, to do this. Yes, I'm able to deliver this. Yes, I'm able to create this, because so far I've done XYZ things, whatever these things are for each one. Right. So if you have this kind of attitude and this kind of mentality and this kind of support, because you may need to get support as well, right? Then for sure you're able to manage this.
I love that. Looking back, I think that's really important, isn't it? Because we can just get caught up with, okay, what do I need to do next? The next thing, not acknowledging ourselves, not realizing actually we were miles behind before a year ago, but now we've actually moved. We're moving. But I think that's really important. Yeah, looking back.
And we also miss that. We also miss it because we don't even celebrate.
Yes, exactly.
The small moments, the small joys, the small successes, the small things, around us. We don't celebrate. So we miss all this.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I'm just reading, got another question here. So what tools and techniques do you have that could help executives under pressure, like thrive under pressure?
It depends on what you like or the executive like. Because, for example, I like doing my exercise, my practice because I do Kung Fu, for example, right? So for me,
what do you do? What do you do?
I do Kung Fu. I do swimming. I do swimming in the sea when it's really cold water because I'm living.
Oh, wow.
I'm fortunate enough to live by the sea, So I'm almost every day in the morning in the sea. For example,
really?
I do twice a week Kung Fu training, right? I do Qigong because I'm regulating my internal energy, because I like a lot this tradition, the Chinese tradition, the Chinese martial arts, for example. But some other people may have something completely different. Maybe they like music, maybe they like reading books, maybe they like a nice meal with some friends, maybe they like to just go out for a walk, maybe they like fishing or gardening, whatever. There are so many things that someone can do outside to really regulate the stress, so many things. But the most important thing is to be consistent, to be disciplined. My learning from my clients and from my life is that we need to have this discipline and say, as you told me before the LinkedIn, I like dancing. This is what you told me, right? I'm going to use this example now with you, right? Yes. Dancing, fine. Start, go step by step. Just stay with it. Imagine if you do dancing for twice a week for 5 years. Imagine if you do for 10 years. Imagine if you do for 20 years, right?
What about 1 year?
How would that help you? How would that help you with your stress?
Would it help with 1 year? It'd help in 1 year as well. It doesn't have to be 5 years. It
Exactly.
could be before. Yeah. And I think consistency is absolutely key. And I guess with your swimming, and you mentioned discipline, consistency, you learned that quite early.
I was swimming 2 to 3 hours per day from 5 years old, up to 19, 20 years old for 15 years. So
2 to 3 hours.
I learned it very well. And sometimes I was working, when I was a teenager, 15, 16, because I was doing also water polo, since you asked me about that. I was waking at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, 6 until 7:30 swimming, then school, then some studies, a little bit of studies because I was fast in general. 5 o'clock going to the gym until 6 to 8 o'clock swimming, 8 to 10 water polo. So I was in the pool for 5.5 hours per day.
That's insane. But was that really necessary to get
for the level that I wanted to have, because I'm doing high level competition? So it was.
Why did you have to do so much? Were you learning?
Because I loved it.
But were you learning? Were you learning all the time?
Of course you're learning. Everything, every time you're learning the details, the technique, the new styles, the new training styles, because also the training was evolving, at the same time. So we're coming with new things, on how to improve our techniques and everything. Especially water polo is even more demanding because you play also with a lot with the teammates.
Wow. So you had to do it to maintain what you already knew, but also
maintain
you were learning.
And grow. Yes, and grow and
grow.
evolve. Yes, it's like everything in our life, right? This is what we're doing in our profession. No, you're a well-being expert. I'm a coach. If I don't study, if I don't practice, if I don't improve, I will not grow.
Yeah. So I guess if you're not growing, you're sort of going backwards. Would you say, or you just get stuck?
You can get stuck. It depends how you look at it. You're going backwards against what? Against yourself or against others? Depends what your perspective is.
Yourself.
Right? Yourself. For me, it's about myself. It's not about the others.
Totally.
I'm just looking every day to be a little bit of a better person every day in whatever I do. Just a little bit.
That's so impressive, Tassos, though, 2 to 3 hours a day. I mean, that must have really set you up in your life, like having that amount of discipline.
Yes, this is conditioning. This is conditioning.
Yeah. How do you think that has helped you, and how do you think it hasn't helped you?
No, it has definitely helped me, because
Is there any negatives to it? Yeah.
No negatives at all. I don't see any negatives there. I don't see really any negatives there. I'm 100% convinced on that. I can only compare with other friends or other people around me that we grew up together, but this is not fair. This is not a fair competition anyway. I mean, it's not right to do that.
No.
I don't know. No one knows our path if we haven't taken another decision, or if we're taking another decision or taking another path. We don't even know that path. We wouldn't even know this path, right? So in the end, I'm just grateful I did that. I enjoyed it. And I think it gave me a lot of tools and a lot of skills.
Definitely.
And I'm 100% grateful about all these experiences of mine.
Yeah, and you're very active now as well. So
no,
that's brilliant. Right, we're running out of time. I mean, I feel like we haven't even spoken hardly anything. I think there's so much more to say, just even with your swimming. It's just amazing. But what piece of wisdom would you like to share? Is there anything else you'd like to share that you think could make a lasting impact on?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Look, for me, you need, and that's why I do holistic coaching. Every one of us need to see things holistically, and we need to see ourselves holistically, because we can be physically very, very strong, but mentally or emotionally, for example, very weak. And on the other side, we can be very emotionally very, very strong, or we believe that very strong, or mentally brilliant minds, geniuses, but we don't have the possibility to communicate with people, for example, right? Or physically, we are very weak because we don't take care of our bodies, or of our energy, etc. So the ideal here is to balance. Everything is about balance in life. This is my theory as well, at least. That it should be about balance. Of course, sometimes you have some extremes, some up and down. That's, of course, everyone, right? But the question is to have this kind of balance, because this kind of balance is the one that will take us to the next level. And then, of course, it's a matter of will. Do you want to go to the next level or not? Does it mean something to you? Yes or not? For me, it means something. Maybe for someone else, it doesn't mean anything. So it's again a matter of choice. So we're going back to the choice.
How much do you want it, basically?
Yes.
I think we all want things, but how much? And
why? And why? What is our reason to want things? Why?
Yes. What did you say about the balance? You said it's important to have balance to get you to the next level.
Yes, because I mean that if you are very strong in one level, in one aspect only of your life, let's say in the spiritual, someone is very strong in spiritual because they believe in specific things, whatever, and they have different specific beliefs or values around that, right? But maybe physically or mentally or emotionally, they're far behind, because maybe they cannot communicate with the people emotionally, right? They don't have the empathy, or they don't have the communication skills, the emotional intelligence, whatever is needed, right? So they are lagging back on the same thing on the mental or in the physical level, the physical awareness. If they don't have, they are here up in one level, but only others are low. So where they are growing, they can grow spiritually, maybe even more. But what if they could even raise these frequencies, the frequencies of the other levels of awareness, the physical, the mental, emotional, so they would go up even higher, at the same time.
I see what you mean. Yeah, it's basically to have a solid foundation, and then
you need
that makes sense. No, brilliant. Okay, one more question from Ferdos before we go. How much time does it take to build a habit? Book says 21 days. I think it depends.
Yes, exists. This, the theory, as you said, the books, as Firdous says, the book says 21 days, but it's really up to here. Some things happen overnight, like this. It can happen really, literally overnight. I have friends and clients that they quit smoking literally after years of smoking, just on the New Year's Eve, because they were preparing themselves, and they were saying on the 31st of December, there you are, you see, on the 31st of December, I will quit smoking, and they just quit and they never smoked again.
So, I did it. I smoked 50
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Right, Tassos, we're going to have to go, but thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you. Oh, hi, Angela. Angela says great insights. Thank you so much, Angela.
Thank you.
See you. No, thank you so much, Tassos. How can people find you? Can you tell us how people can find you?
They can find me through my LinkedIn profile, also through my website. My website is like my name, so it's TASSOS.com. And through social media, they can find me if they search for Holistic Coach or Tassos Kotzias with my name. They can find me.
Amazing. Can you put those links on the post so people can just click on them?
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tassos. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And if you have any questions about what we've been talking today, please message Tassos directly or leave a comment on the post. And I will see everybody next week.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.